A fountain of life was in him, for his life is light for all humanity, and the light never fails to shine through darkness, light that darkness could not overcome. Hey you, Folake Crown over here. So today's video is just a quick overview to discuss what we have been talking about and what we have been talking about for the past few months. As some of you may know, we have been discussing the Unveiling Series coming from the book of Revelation, and I'm proud to announce that we have reached halfway through the book. We finished the book halfway through the book last week when we completed the 7th trumpet blow, and that's in the 11th chapter. And now we have 11 more to go. So, let's begin. So we start off talking about the letters to the churches that John was instructed to write to the churches based on his vision and his personal encounter with Jesus. And then the next saga from there was John's vision of the throne and worship in the throne room, and we get to see all kinds of people, all these interesting creatures, myriads of angels, eyes everywhere. We get to see the vastness and the beauty of the throne, and there was a lot of noise and singing and dancing, basically a whole party up there. And then we get to discover the scroll and the lamb being introduced, more worship, more singing, and John got emotional at that period because there was a question of who is worthy to open up this scroll and read the context, and the lamb was the one that was found worthy. And then after that, following on began the opening of the seals, and for every time a seal was opened, we got to find out what was in the context of the scroll and what that meant up until the sixth seal. And then John digressed from the story a bit to discuss the 144,000 servants of God and the vast multitude. And these are people who are also split into subcategories of tribes. And we have discussed that as well. And then we went back to the story to discuss the lamb opening the 7th seal. And then after the seals were all open, it was then these trumpets were blowing by 7 angels. So one to the sixth angel blew his or her own trumpet, whatever. And we see that for every time the trumpets were the trumpets blew, there was something, it brought about something happened and occurred based on the announcements, because it's like the trumpets blow was kind of like an announcement, if you notice. I don't know if that's how I saw it as anyway. And so we see that happening, and we see the things that have been happening for every time it's been blowing. Then he digresses again before he talks about the 7th one to the rainbow messenger. This rainbow messenger, and explains who this person is. John eats the book, a scroll. John eats a scroll, a mini scroll, which was like a bittersweet taste for him. And then he was told to measure the temple. Then there was these 2 witnesses that prophesied and died, then came back alive, then went to heaven and all this. And then finally, the 7th trumpet blows in chapter 11, and we get to find out what was the reason, the announcement after that. And the scripture said that there has been 2 woes that has been discussed, and there's one more woe to go. So we're introduced to all these interesting characters throughout this whole for each stage of each saga, and we see how people responded and to what was within the context of each either each trumpet being blown or either each seal being broken open and things like that. What I found fascinating about this whole Unveiling series is that is seeing how everything has been playing out literally almost word for word in some parts in current affairs and things that has been happening around us. And it's kind of sometimes it can be a bit heavy sometimes, and you're like, oh God, what is going to be the next one? What am I going to release? And it's been interesting. And in the next half of the book now, no surprise that, the Unveiling series, the book of Revelation, has 22 chapters. So, which, correlates perfectly with the theme of this year. So this set of 11 chapters, we're going to be introduced, as I've mentioned, to some characters, all new characters. Some of the current ones that we've discussed are going to be reintroduced again, and it's going to get even more deeper and even more interesting. And I'm just like, God, what on earth is going to happen? What on earth is going to happen in terms of day-to-day life for each time this is being discussed? Because I see the correlation, it's intense. So yes, guys, it's going to get even more intense. So buckle up. That's all I can say. So today was just an overview. I had nothing planned. I just thought, let me wing it and see how this goes. So yeah, stay tuned. Next week, by God's grace, we will continue the Unveiling series. We will continue that's right. We will continue unveiling the Unveiling, which is the Unveiling series, as we deep dive into the book of Revelation. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing now moving forward. Oh, by the way, guys, happy new month. And moving forward, if there's anything you want us to discuss on this channel, you want to see more of, don't be shy. Like I've said, leave a comment, leave your thoughts, like, subscribe, share the videos, and so on. Okay, see you next time.